Alright, what's up, Dragon Brood? Today we're going to be taking a look at a Bant deck, and it's going to be a bit different. It does play Simulacrum Synthesizer, which I know some people hate that card, but honestly, this deck overall is actually a bit different and worth checking out. Partly, the reason it caught my eye was... oh, excuse me, I think I'm dying. The reason it caught my eye is it plays for the common good. Now, there's only one copy in here, but I was just thinking, if we could get this off, with the big counters we can get, or big tokens we can get off of the synthesizer, this could be pretty sweet. But let's take a look at what else is in the deck, because there's some cool interactions here. So it starts with 3 steps ahead, because obviously we got to have some counters, but being able to copy a token is actually pretty critical in this deck. It is playing some Teething Wormlet, not a ton of creatures, but a fair amount of artifacts, so that kind of makes sense. Then we have some Get Lost, just to remove some things, but could also make some extra artifacts on our side in a pinch if we needed to. Deduce, which obviously makes an artifact, helps us dig a little deeper. The synthesizer itself, if you don't know what this is, you get to scry 2 cards when you play it, and then every time you play an artifact that's 3 or more, enters the battlefield, you get to make a construct that's bigger, equal to the number of artifacts you have, and we will have a lot of artifacts. Part of the reason is Worldwalker Helm. Now, this card's pretty sweet because another artifact comes into play, you get another map token. So obviously, increasing the number of artifacts we have. But what's cool is you can go ahead and copy those big constructs you're making off of the synthesizer, which is actually pretty great. And we have Ancient Cornucopia, which happens to be a 3-mana artifact, and helps us play all of our stuff. So we love this a lot. Assimilation Aegis, obviously a 3-mana artifact, functions as removal for the most part. Rarely do we really need to turn our creatures into whatever we're going to have under here, but it's actually cool just to get something out of the way. Now, an interesting bit of interaction I saw that this deck has is kind of interesting, but it plays Vaultborn Tyrant. Now, this is something to do with some of the extra mana and things, but I think people forget the token you get from the Vaultborn Tyrant is actually an artifact. So that means it will trigger your synthesizer. You can also copy it with the Worldwalker Helm, so that's really neat. And then on top of everything else, you're just getting more cards in life in the process. This is actually really cool to have in here. Of course, the common good that we talked about, and Gold Vein Hydra. Now, this doesn't seem like it fits greatly, but the reality is if you get this early, even just making it for like 3 and attacking, like if it dies, it unlocks all kinds of stuff on the next turn, namely Vaultborn Tyrant, but could even be a turn where you get to play Synthesizer plus something or whatever. So we'll see how well this works out for us. Plus, having all those treasures is just more artifacts, right? But yeah, this was an interesting list. I believe I got this from one of the Magic Leagues. It's been sitting in my queue for a few days now, so I couldn't even remember where I got it. I should have marked it, so that's on me. But this is going to be a fun ride. So when we get to the end of the video, if you like what it does and you like the style it plays, I'm going to have a link to Moxfield, a channel sponsor, where you can download this deck. It'll be down in the description below. It'll have some blue arrows and a little bullseye to tell you exactly where to go. You can download it. You can stick it into Arena yourself. Have some fun. For now, though, let's go see if all these artifacts really are for the common good. Sure, we'll keep this. You know, I was also thinking about something else, of how many decks are playing Go for the Throat right now, which is not like it's a bad card. It's just kind of bad against this particular deck with all the big artifact things. Yeah, I guess we're just taking one, right? Anything better we want to kill? Nope. All right. I wasn't willing to waste that there. So let's go ahead and do this. I'm going to say, you have some instant speed thing. Oh, interesting. Spinewood's Armadillo. Did not think that was going to be the card we saw. Okay, I can respect that. I mean, gladly we'll get rid of that. So, you know. Let's go with this. I guess we'll get a forest. I guess it doesn't really matter here. I don't have enough to do everything I want to do. So if I make sure, even that doesn't matter, right? Let's get a blue land. So I can blue, white, colorless. I guess it doesn't really matter either way I do this, huh? All right. Oh, yeah, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't. All right, let's just do this. And then we'll take that. And pass a turn. So now we can still kill something we Get Lost if we need to. That will qualify. That's a thing we'd want to kill, for sure. Alright. Don't want that dropping some giant bomb on us next turn. Well, I guess we had insurance, just in case. Alright, well. We kind of have everything now. It's just try to find the rest of the pieces at this point. Yep. It was a land. Alright. And another Gwenna. Well, they're getting real close to just being able to cast whatever they have anyway, but if they're having to draw lands to do it. Deduce. We're just going to play this right now. Excellent. That's one of the things we were looking for. This is perfect. I will put a cornucopia up top. Excellent. Matter of fact, well, no, I'd just be able to draw. I wouldn't be able to copy. So, yeah, let's pass. So next turn, we get to make a big 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8, 9, 9, and get to copy it. That's pretty strong. All right, this thing's just gonna be big. Actually, I might just we don't need them to be 8/8s. If they're like 7/7s or whatever, that's fine. We'll just go ahead and draw. Because I think getting deeper and maybe even getting to play 2 things could be even better. All right, tough cookie. Opponent is heavy artifact green. This is cool. So many interesting decks right now in Standard, y'all. I'm telling you, like, this format's crazy right now. Oh, that is so good. Okay, sure. Here comes Giant Beastie number 1. And I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, I need 6 to be able to counter and copy a token. But I could still counter and then just with the Worldwalker Helm make another 9, 10, 10, whatever. Do I care about that? I guess I kind of do. Especially since we're able to just control things at this point. I could draw, but I think it's a little bit unnecessary. I'd rather just make bodies at this point. It's probably still correct to draw under the circumstances, but... Because there's always a chance... Oh, never mind. Like, that solves everything. We're good from here. I was going to say, there was always a chance they could target the creature as I went to copy it during their end step, and then I end up without much of anything on there. But if they did, they would have rather just killed Synthesizer, I think, if they had it. But that being said, we top decked a Tyrant anyway, so none of it would have probably mattered at that point. Alright, this seems like a reasonable hand. It's got all of our colors. We have 4 mana. Hopefully we get to play a Synthesizer. I don't know if it'll resolve, but we'll see. Yeah. I don't even remember where the beach ball came from. That's a funny pet, though. Alright. I mean, I guess we just play this and hope. Ooh, let's go like... I mean... Yeah, I'll at least just try to get the Tyrant into my hand. Because we already have 6 mana with double green available. I probably could have put the other land on the bottom, to be honest. I don't know what I was thinking there. Alright, I guess we start making creatures. See if they can get rid of them. Pass a turn. No point in cracking this, because it just makes our creature smaller, so it'd be susceptible to the -3/-3 on their turn. Because we already know there's just a land on top, so we'd end up getting the land and we'd be down an artifact. Which is not any good for us. Right, Phyrexian. It was not a Liliana. Great. I guess we play a Worldwalker Helm to make another thing before we attack. Actually, make a lot of things, actually. Yeah, I was going to say. These get a lot bigger here. And we attack. They're going to get lost it. That just gives us more artifacts. I kind of like this business. Sure. I'm going to go ahead and target it now. So Because if I try to target the other one, there's a chance they get rid of it in response. Whereas, like, right now, they would have had to double target the same thing to keep me from getting copy, and I didn't think they'd want to do that. I mean, these are already 14s. Yeah, that's just game. Alright, we'll keep it. Like, not expecting a ton out of this, but, you know, we'll see. Hey, no cut down. I was going to say, not to say they don't have a bunch of other ways to kill it right now, but I think we just pass here. Sure. It comes through. Oh, Liliana. No. Gosh dang it. Alright, well, they'll play Liliana. They'll make us sack something.
No more distractions.
We'll kill Liliana. Against my better judgment.
Your friends has to leave.
And then we'll play a synthesizer. And then we'll hope to start doing stuff from here, right? Oh, double the deuce. Actually, you know what? I will, Damn. I was like, maybe I do keep both the deuce, because I could... Huh. I think we're looking for more artifacts, just in case. So I'll take one. Because they could just as well play Liliana here, and then drawing the cards sucks. And, okay, they didn't have it, so that's good news. But that could have been real bad. Like, then being in a position to try to, like, draw would have hurt. No, another Liliana. What do you know? Oh, no! That hurts. That hurts a lot. Gosh dang it. Oh, bruh. That sucks. Alright, I guess we'll do this now so I know what land I need to play or not play. Cool, end the turn. Now we gotta find something good here. Well, there's a Shieldred. So now it's gonna hurt. Yep. We unfortunately bumbled around and just didn't find anything worthwhile here. Alright, even if we play that, we're dead, so it doesn't matter. Okay, what happens if... Oh, no, we keep this. We keep this. Because we can just play Wormlet into Wormlet. And that's fine. Even if we play this tapped, that's okay. So yeah, this is fine. This is fine. I mean, we're not blocking, obviously. I think we do this. We play another Wormlet. I'm going to attack because I'm not blocking here. And then we get the option of being able to try to kill something or just gain extra life. We'll just see what happens. Yep, you got it. Yep, that thing's going to be, what, a 5? Yeah, no blocks. Ooh, alright, alright. I feel you. We got a deduce. We got a land. I think I'll just leave it as it. Actually, I may get rid of a land. Well, because we know what we're doing next turn anyway, so that doesn't really change anything, does it? Blah. Alright. Question is, how do I die? Right? They could rage, and that goes to being a +4. So it'd be 7, and then they could 8 and fling it. That would suck. Alright, no attack. I need to at least threaten a block, just in case. Alright, so they could have had rage plus fling, and that would have been pretty bad. Still could have that here. But right now, they look like they're afraid of us double blocking, which is something, but that can't be right. Alright, I'm just going to say if they have it, they have it. Right? If you just get us here, you get us. Alright, what's that? Oh, Demonic Ruckus. Demonic Ruckus. I guess we go here, because if we deduce, we still get to gain 2 life, right? Man, I'm just trying to think of, like, how far could we push it to get them to spin cards on this thing first? I'm gonna... I should be attacking here, but I'm gonna pass, because there's a chance they could play something alongside it that we could block. And they're probably planning on these being... Oh, dang it. That stupid thing. Alright. Is what it is. Alright. We'll get rid of this. Alright. I hate giving them the cards there, but if that lands, they also get a card on top of it. It's just a mess. I mean, they get to do this pre-combat, which is not our favorite, but they're at least spending mana to get there. So they did have the thing that flings. So that's good to know. Let's double block. Don't know that we'll get to kill this. Alright, that doesn't give it first strike. Alright, so we get 2 points, and we get to block up a bunch of damage here. So that was as good as we could have hoped for, honestly. Alright, that's it. That's all it took. Woo! Man, we needed every point of life off of those dang wormlets. But I will say this, when you play against this deck, if you notice, they don't have all that many creatures. A lot of times they have, I've seen as low as 10, but a lot of times you'll see like 12, maybe 14 creatures. So all of the rest of this is just stuff to enhance their creatures. So if you have a chance to kill one of these or get it off the board somehow, sometimes they're just left with no other permanents. Like a good example is, had I just killed this on turn, let's say 3, they really didn't have anything else till they found the Slick Shot so off. So all these other cards are basically dead in the interim. I've had that happen against these decks quite a lot. And also understand that they do have the option to use the Sellsword. Now, the Sellsword does have to be used at sorcery speed, so you can keep that in mind. But they rarely have a way to just cast it. It's really just in here to fling something. So it's basically another spell that's not even a creature. So something to play around and just be aware of when you play this deck. It is very beatable, despite how fast it tries to go. Okay, let's keep it. Not what I would call totally ideal, but at least we get to grow the Wormlet to a 2/2, maybe. We get to draw a card, so that's kind of good. Aegis. We're just going to do this so we can get some damage in right now. And we'll attack. Clay-fired bricks. Alright, they go find a plains. Nice, nice, nice. Love to see it. Let's just go here for 2. And this feels kind of good, because if this dies or they sweep the board, then we're kind of set up for a big Vaultborn Tyrant, which doesn't suck. Oh, well that's nice. We can, 3 steps ahead. I probably want that. This is, yeah, I guess so. Why not? Because if the Hydra dies, then we're going to end up having the mana for Tyrant. Oh, no, I need 7, actually, not 6. So maybe I should have tried to put another land on top. Okay, cool. That didn't suck. I could turn something into a 3/3, but they're both just going to be worse use of mana right now to do that. All right, opponent's going to take 5. End the turn? Yeah, 3 steps ahead. You're drawing cards. Sounds good. Candy Trail. They'll gain life? Yeah, sure, you got it. We're not fighting over that. Top and bottom. Okay. We're going to draw. And they didn't take a moment to kill a creature there. Interesting. We have the option for a Wormlet here. And I think we'll do that, so if the Hydra dies, we just get more triggers. Or if that happens. Like, that works too. Grow the Wormlet. Opponent goes to 4? Sure. Still didn't kill our damn Hydra, which we really wanted to happen, but that's okay. Simulacrum. Oh, this is interesting. Hold on a second. No, I don't have a way to grow it, really. Alright. We'll counter, and we can't do anything else, so we can just counter. I'm sure they also have a counter, because they use the 3 steps ahead just to draw. Yep. Alright. So they get it. And now it's, can we do enough damage? Oh, wait, I messed up this whole time. Because this would still have the 2 counters on it. So if I just do this, we could have killed them a turn ago. Yeah. Wait, it becomes a full 7/7? What? Wait. Okay, hold up. I was thinking it was going to become a 3/3, right? So then it gets the 2 counters, and that's all good, right? Because I was more worried about getting the mana for the Tyrant, but once we have this much land, whatever. But it actually becomes the full side of the Seraph. So it gets the 7, not just the... Well, it gets the 5, and we already had 2 counters. So, yeah, that's a pretty big deal. Even if I was worried about that, I could have turned, at some point, the other Wormlet that had, like, 2 or 3 counters already on it. I could have just turned that into one of these as well, which would have been reasonable. But, yeah, so there's a thing I know. In my head, I was just thinking, oh, yeah, it'll just be the thing. But... obviously, it becomes the 5/4 because you don't choose a mode. It just comes in as what it is. So, yeah. All right. Mistake, but ended up winning that one anyway, regardless. Okie dokie. What are we doing? Not much, actually. Like, even if we get an untapped land, we're not really doing anything. We're just playing Anchorage, I think, tapped into Cornucopia. I think is going to be our plan. So this hand, if we're going to lose, this is definitely a hand that could lead us to lose, because we're not doing a whole lot right now. End the turn. I mean, if we don't find a land, it doesn't do anything, honestly. So there's that problem. But the upside, we can get rid of a serious threat that shows up. We can also get rid of that if we feel we need to. So that's important. It's a land. I mean, I guess we leave it on top, right? And then we'll just draw it. And attack. Okay. This leaves a possibility that if we were to find an untapped land, we could, like, Cornucopia, still kill something with the Get Lost if we need to. Not, like, crazy or anything, but useful. I want to say, if not, I have to decide, like, how bad I want a Gold Vein Hydra. Which, right now, might be pretty bad. Let's see what's on top first, though. Just a land. Okay. I'm gonna leave that. But... if I can only make a 2/2 Hydra. Yeah, I guess we just do this. Pass the turn. Sadly, I think we're going to make a Hydra just going to die to like a Shieldred or something. Or not Shieldred, but a Liliana. I mean, could die to a Shieldred if they block it. But we'll at least be able to make a 5/5 Hydra. And if they kill that one, then we can make a 9/9 Hydra or whatever. So, sure. Now, the trade-off is, if we have to kill Shieldred here, then, like, you know, it's what we gotta do. Liliana. Okay, sure.
When I win, you're telling me what...
Here, I'm actually okay just discarding a Get Lost. Because ultimately, we just... well, we do have Trample. I was gonna say, we just attack into a Liliana anyway, so whatever. We'll make it 5. Interesting that Skull Dweller was the choice. All right. You got it.
I really don't have time for you.
Oh, they're just going to level that up and then make us discard? Ugh. I mean, that might be the play here. All right, cool. Question is, do they want to discard any in their hand? They do.
You won't be outsmarting.
Okay, I guess we just go big Hydra and hope for the best, right? Oh, or not. Gosh dang it. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we can do this for 7 and leave up at 3 steps ahead. Is that right? 5, 6, 7? Yeah, okay, sounds good. And then we'll go after Liliana to make sure she's gone. And the turn.
It's no fun when they hit back.
Could have possibly left a 4th mana open. Yeah, we don't need to have that out here. Especially with that being leveled up. I mean, because we're pretty light on ways to deal with that right now. And then we will activate this. And we will go attacking. In the turn. No need to draw a card because they might just make us discard it. All right, you got it. I mean, you can minus. I would minus. I mean, I'm still probably going to have a 7/7, but minusing Liliana seems to be the only real play here. And you probably have to separate one of our lands and the Hydra. Which is also kind of crazy because, you know, if I keep the Hydra, I end up with mana anyway, even if you just say, like, okay, you get your lands or you get a Hydra, right? So they're going to make us discard here, or sacrifice here. Sure. Seems like a good way to go.
Haven't you ever heard of personal space?
We will draw. Teething Wormlet was not the card I was thinking of, if I'm being honest. But let's go ahead and see if that's a cut down in hand. Appears to not be, so that's cool, I guess. Oh, I'm stupid. I forgot to play the Wormlet there. I guess it doesn't really matter. We'll just do this anyway. I'm going to go ahead and crack one of these. Put it on this. But yeah, I missed a bunch of triggers and life because this would have made an extra map, which would have got me extra life off the Wormlet. And, like, it's a whole thing. Just a poorly played turn all the way around, really.
Don't think.
All right, so Liliana's back to 4. Oh, opponent thought if they discarded their Baloth, no, your opponent has to get you to discard it, friend. That is definitely not how that works. I'm gonna copy a map. And then I get 2 maps, which grows the Wormlet. And then we start here. And we attack. Let's go here and here. Actually, I should have probably tried to grow this first. I'm just playing lazy right now. It's been a long day. Feel free to kill something. I guess the other side of it is they could have just had a kill spell as soon as I tried to put a counter on something. So I guess it's not that bad of a play. I mean, the map token, I was going to say, triggers are... Ooh, wow. That's how we're dealing with that. Cool. Sure. No complaints from my end.
You know, I think you look better.
We'll play this, get a life, see what's on top. We like both of those. Yeah. I will... Do I want to put a counter on a land? Probably not. I think I'm just going to end the turn. I don't think I'm going to do anything here. I want all the mana for next turn, I think. Because we'll be able to attack, play this, copy an 8/8, or whatever that is. It'd be like a 15/15 or whatever dumb thing. Oh, wait. Actually, that's not true. I know what's on top. So, I can just turn the land into a 5/5, right? It's a wild way to win. Or add 5 counters to the land is what I meant. Okay, so let me think about this. We draw a card, right? We have 1... Which this takes 4 by itself, so 4 are gone. And then I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, I have exactly 5 to activate it? Okay. Or pump it up, I mean. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, alright. As long as we don't misclick, I guess. And use the other map. And use the other map. Yeah, opponent sees it. Just says GG. Oh no! Arena! We got Arena, y'all. It decided to tap the... Oh no. I had to manually tap the treasure first. That's the worst. Oh my gosh. Oh, how sad. Arena bullied us. Not that it matters. We're still in good shape, so I'm not, like, freaking out over it, but still. Opponent can top deck some outs now that they didn't have before. That's pretty unfortunate. At least here, this is already a 7, so they can't attack if they want to crack the food, I suppose. So I guess we can gamble on there being a land on top. Yeah, opponent saw that too. All right, so they're at 8, 9, 10, 11. This is already a 7, 8, 9. What do we do here? We get this. This makes another map. I guess. So dejected by poor Arena mistreating us. All right, I'm just going to pass here since we can't really win from here. Actually, yeah, I'll just let the opponent go. If they top deck their other Planeswalker and win, I guess it's fine. That's my fault. I know how Arena works and why it prioritizes stuff. I should have manually cracked my treasure, so that's completely my fault. I'm not even blaming that on Arena. That's on me. But it is the only reason that we didn't win this game so far. Ultimately, none of it may matter. We'll see. I mean, this is the good news. I mean, we're not just getting any type of crazy comboed out situation here. All right.
I'm tired of your secrets.
Okay. So what's the last card? Something that kills a creature, most likely. We are not going to copy, because there's really no need to. Actually, I say that. If we force them to have the removal card, and then they don't, what happens? If they don't have them, I mean... Alright, I'm your Huckleberry. If you got it, kill my 9/9. It's got to be something that just makes a sacrifice, because it doesn't die to a cut down, it doesn't die to a go for the throat. It's like, there weren't really any outs that were going to be bad for us there. Alright, and now we can find the damage a bunch of different ways here. Actually, no, if we crack these, we have fewer options. Ah, this is tricky. But we can crack one of them, because we'll get 2 more anyway when we attack. Assuming they let us attack, but... Oh, I can also just copy a 10-10. What am I doing? It won't even matter. I can make another copy. None of this is relevant. They have 1 card in hand. They can block 1 thing. We can have like 15 15s. So none of this matters. Yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah, even with that 1 turn being ugly, like we, in theory, to be honest, like we kind of had to win on the turn that we had that mix up in Arena tap down our land or whatever, because the opponent could have drawn whatever, the bigger planeswalker, the Gorgon, right? Like if they play that, then they could just auto win because this would have doubled the counters on it or whatever and caused problems for us, right? So something to be aware of. That could have been a real problem, but we got kind of lucky there because of that mistake. Otherwise, we would have just won on that turn and it'd have been cool, but we'll take those. Ooh, we get to... You know what? We're going to keep it. We're going to keep it. We need to top deck a land. If it's going to be a tap land, I want to draw it next turn. Otherwise, I want the lands to be on tap deck. Very simple instructions. That's all I'm asking. Come on. Don't do us wrong here. Okay, that'll work. Fable Passage, sure, we'll take it. We might need that later. Clay-fired bricks. Alright, well, we're playing that synthesizer down right now. Because this is probably our only real chance to get this down against a Azorius deck. Ooh, another synthesizer, though. Okay, I don't hate that. Sure. Oh, if I use the Fable Passage, though... Oh, it's a Collector's Vault. Okay. Okay, never mind. Then... I was thinking we could do that and then get that in hand. But, yeah. If this is what we're doing, we just play this anyway, right? Who am I kidding here? Yeah, it doesn't even matter what's up there. We're about to shuffle it anyway. We're looking pretty good, though. Looking pretty good. Kind of want to land on top now, actually. So I could play Cornucopia and 3 steps ahead. But as it stands, I'm not sure what their working strategy would be here. What are they? Are they doing reanimator things? I'm like, why do they want this? Like that in particular. We get a white land. That's interesting. I don't know if we'll need it. But it's an idea. I almost wonder if I want to just copy these instead of actually even counter something here. What are we trying to do? What are we trying to do? Oh, opponent's trying to Yorgo me? Sure, opponent. Alright, well, they got this coming then. Anytime the opponent starts getting squirrely on the emotes, I no longer feel bad for them. Alright. And then they can burn that to counter it. I don't mind. Alright. Counter this? Nope. Sure. I will assume this is where they're going to play some type of sweeper on their turn, so we will wait patiently. Alright, so they're just replacing the treasure and digging deeper here, which makes sense. Did they draw a fair amount of land themselves? Also cute if they get a static net now, we'd be able to get rid of it, so that's kind of fun. Alright, you got you a duder. Guess we go for another one of these. Just keep stacking them up, I guess. Pass a turn. Like, if they have a sweeper, they'll just play it here and we'll try to get a Worldwalker Helm down. We're also 1 mana away from a Vaultborn Tyrant right now, which is actually pretty sick, too. Alright. I mean, I assume you got at least one more, right? Cityscape Leveler. That's a thing. Alright, sure. Sounds good. I can actually use that, which is kind of nice. In a weird way. Alright, take our turn. How do we want to deal with this, right? If we kill that now, that takes 8. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They would be... Oh, if they had a top deck of land, they'd be able to play it out of their yard next turn. But then they're just dead, right? So... yeah, let's just get rid of it. Because we might be able to just kill... Oh, we can just kill them here. Because they don't even have any mana available. I was thinking this was like a treasure or something, but like, yeah, they're dead. Because we just play this. And I can still copy a guy or whatever, so sure. And get a creature land, whatever. There you go. Alright, y'all, I have to say, we played against fast red decks. We played against Azorius Control piles, which I thought were going to be even more difficult than they were, right? We played against some Golgari Midrange-y things. Like, this deck might be the real deal. Now, don't be wrong. It's a small sample size. We probably got a little bit lucky in 1 or 2 of them. No doubt. But even with that, this deck is way more resilient than it looks. It has a lot of tricky things, right? Like where we have like a Wormlet and the opponent doesn't know what's going on and we can grow the Wormlet on their turn with like a Deduce, right? That's actually pretty big. Obviously, Synthesizer by itself is fantastic. There was a bunch of tricks we could do with the Worldwalker Helm, right? So, actually, matter of fact, there was even a situation where I was able to copy a Tyrant token with the Worldwalker Helm, and it didn't make the video because I hadn't a screw-up technologically, so I lost some footage. But that was actually pretty cool, too. So there's a lot of things this deck does very well. Now, sadly, we didn't draw the For the Common Good, which I was really hoping we would have. Because I wanted... I feel like we drew it once, but didn't cast it. Maybe we had to... Oh, no, because we had to discard it or something, I think. I don't remember. But we definitely didn't get to cast it, and that's very disappointing. Goldvein Hydra, weirdly that there's only 2, but they did pull their weight, right? I can't really gripe about the card. It did what it was supposed to do. So, yeah, it's a little bit of a funky looking package, but it does what it's supposed to do. It's the real deal, man. Now, I think you have to enjoy this type of deck. But the cool part was, the games weren't terribly grindy. Kind of like, once you turn the corner, you're able to close the game very quickly, right? Even with our opponent having sweepers and stuff, we're like, great, all right, here's 2 more 9/9s. How do you feel about it? You know what I mean? There's just nothing they could really do. So it was pretty awesome. I'm into this. But the list we're gonna post up is gonna be 4 3 Steps Ahead, 3 Teething Wormlet, 4 Get Lost, 4 Deduce, 4 Simulacrum Synthesizer, 3 Worldwalker Helm, 4 Ancient Cornucopia, 3 Assimilation Aegis, great card, 2 Vaultborn Tyrant, 1 For the Common Good, 2 Goldvein Hydra, 3 Plains, 3 Islands, 4 Forests, 2 Restless Anchorage, 2 Seachrome Coast, 1 Brushland, 1 Lush Portico, 2 Razor Verge Thicket, 2 Botanical Sanctum, 1 Hedge Mage, 4 Fabled Passage. I do think there's probably a little bit of room to cut like a Plains and an Island to play another, maybe like Seachrome Coast and a Botanical Sanctum or something. But I also get not wanting to have as many lands that are tapped, so that when you get to turn 5, maybe you can play like a Worldwalker Helm and copy something, right? Or play a Simulation Aegis and move it onto a creature. Or play a Cornucopia with that extra mana and a land, you could do something, right? So while it does look like there's a lot of basics in here for a 3-color deck, there actually is a functional purpose, because this deck is trying to do a lot with its turn 4 and turn 5 mana. So yeah, there you go. But yeah, y'all, if you haven't been playing Standard, like, this is a great time to be playing. There's all types of wild decks. Matter of fact, I just played a deck that was Naya Legends that came out a whole different way than the recent Legends decks have been doing, and it was fantastically fun. So check that out. But that's all of you for now. We'll see you next time.